Hello and welcome. This is ASO TV News. I am Tina Oje Achu. The headlines. President Tinubu hosts reconciliation talks to resolve river political crisis. VP Shatima urges leader to drive economic renewal through blended finance, green investment. Federal Road Safety Corps emerges permanent secretariat of all road safety lead agencies in Africa. And on business, NEPC Talent Export Hub to boost foreign earnings in global trade. And now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu hosted a reconciliation meeting on Thursday night at the presidential villa in Abuja, bringing together all the figures in the Rivers State political crisis. The meeting also marks the second time Governor Fubara will be seen meeting with the president, who suspended him, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Udo, and the Rivers Assemblies while declaring emergency rule in the state. President Tinubu attributed his action to the inability of the governor and the State Assembly to find ways to work together and the security situation in the state, among other things. Governor Siminali Fubara, Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike, Speaker Martins Amawule, and other Rivers State Assembly members attended the closed-door meeting.
To give God the glory that today is the 26th of June 2025, that peace has finally returned to the state. We all agreed to work together with the governor, and the governor also agreed to work together with all of us who are members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle your disagreement, and that has been finally concluded today, and we have come to report to Mr. President that is what we have agreed. So for me, everything is over, and enjoy everybody who believe to work with us, to also work together with everybody. That there's no more acrimony, there's nothing to say we are disagreeing. We have all agreed on everything. So we thank God. For me, it's a day we have to thank Almighty God.
For me, it's very important that this day has come to be. What we need for the progress of Rivers State is peace. And by the special grace of God this night, with the help of Mr. President and the agreement of the leaders of the state, including our leader, peace has returned in Rivers State. We'll do everything within our power to make sure that we sustain it this time around. Thank you.
Recall that on March 18, President Tinubu declared a state of emergency, suspending Governor Fubara, his deputy, and all the State House of Assembly members. President Bola Tinubu has signed into law 4 tax reform bills, declaring that it marks a turning point in the nation's fiscal direction, as it also signals Nigeria's readiness for modern economic growth and international investment. Following his assent to 4 tax reform bills, key revenue-generating agencies, including the Nigeria Customs Service, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and several federal ministries and agencies, may lose their tax collection mandate. The development, which establishes the Nigeria Revenue Service as a sole body responsible for collecting federally chargeable taxes, is expected to trigger major restructuring across the federal revenue architecture. The president acknowledged the complexities involved in tax reforms, but praised stakeholders for demonstrating leadership and courage through the process. Thursday's signing comes nearly 2 years after President Tinubu, on July 7, 2023, approved the establishment of a presidential committee on fiscal policy and tax reforms. He appointed Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, a fiscal policy partner and Africa tax leader at PricewaterhouseCoopers, as committee chairman. It came as after he signed 4 executive orders suspending the 5% excise tax on telecommunication services and the excise duty escalation on locally manufactured vehicles. Vice President Kashim Shettima, represented by Dr. Tokwe Fasoa, has urged leaders to move beyond maintaining resilience and instead engineer renewal, mobilizing blended finance, attracting private capital to infrastructure and green energy. It also strengthens value chain via AFCFTA and scaling digital trade platform like PAPS. He stressed that this transformation must be inclusive, particularly benefiting youth, SMEs, and women entrepreneurs. Shettima stressed that Nigeria stands ready to deepen its partnership with Afreximbank to advance Africa's development agenda, especially in infrastructure, trade finance, and green transition.
Let me begin by expressing our profound gratitude to Afreximbank. Since its foundation here in Abuja in 1993, Afreximbank has grown from a regional trade financier into a continental development anchor. It has mobilized and disbursed more than $100 billion across Africa and over $52 billion to Nigeria, more than any other country on the continent.
Echoing this approach, CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso praised Afreximbank's engineered resilience, anticipating crisis, building buffers, diversifying risks, and emphasized the importance of transparent governance and consistent stakeholders' communication for long-term institutional strength.
Afrexim has emerged as more than an average financial institution. It has become a trusted partner, a convener of ambition, and a catalyst for change, shaping strategy, enabling execution, and elevating African agency across the globe.
Vice President Kashima addressed Reframe Afreximbank's role from a financier of survivor to a catalyst for Africa's renewal, highlighting digital platforms, institutional strengthening, and inclusivity as the keys, with PAPS as a core enabler and Nigeria's robust domestic reforms. Abuja's message was clear. Africa is not just bouncing back, it is reinventing itself. The Federal Road Safety Corps Nigeria has been appointed as a permanent secretariat for all road safety lead agencies in Africa. Corps Public Education Officer, FRSC, ACM Olusegun Ogungbemide, in a statement on Friday said, this recognition was announced during the first General Assembly of the Continental Road Safety Body in Lusaka, Zambia. According to the statement, this milestone positions FRSC as the central hub for coordinating road safety efforts across Africa, including the exchange of best practices, strategy harmonization, and implementation of the African Road Safety Action Plan. Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed, who welcomed the honor, pledging to leverage digitalization and awareness campaigns to boost road safety outcomes continent-wide, appreciated President Bola Tinubu for the federal government's support in achieving this feat. The initiative stems from a resolution of the March 2025 Sub-Saharan African Transport Policy Program in Cotonou, Benin Republic. Mr. Nuhu Daniel, Speaker of the Kwali Legislative Arm, has emerged as the candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Kwali Area Council for the upcoming FCT Area Council elections. He was declared the winner through consensus. The Kwali primaries, initially delayed due to logistic issues, was rescheduled to Thursday. Dr. Akombo Benedict, chairman of the Electoral Committee, announced that Mr. Nuhu Daniels secured 50 votes. In an interview with newsmen, Mr. Nuhu Daniel, the Kwali APC flag bearer and speaker of the Kwali legislative arm, called on other aspirants to join him in delivering the APC to victory in the upcoming elections. The Nigerian Armed Forces has initiated a community diplomacy campaign aiming to strengthen collaboration with local communities across the country to enhance national security, peace building, and development. As part of its effort, the military is urging citizens, especially the youth, to embrace patriotism and actively contribute to nation building. Elizabeth Kasham has more.
Leading the media team on the community diplomacy campaign to Ikeja and Ojo local government areas of Lagos State, Major Ayo Omojokun, representing the Director of Defense Media Operations, stressed the importance of civil-military cooperation, noting that the military is working tirelessly to safeguard the nation's territorial integrity.
It's not everything that you see on social media that you have to work on. It's not everything that you listen on social media that is true. Anybody that puts his life on social media will see social what? Social attack and disaster. So it's not everything. Even me, I might be there, but I don't believe there's a way you verify your news. So when you give a fake news to someone, you also believe it. And those are what our youth are listening to today. As we talk about security, please, it is very important, man. You talk about people coming into the, that's why I said I know your neighbors. We are all working tirelessly, and also everything is working in this country. So far we are together today, we are still working. The security is working, the government is working. If the government or the security is not working today, we will not be here sitting down. You know what is happening in other African countries, our neighboring countries, also in the East and the West. Please, I want to ensure us that we are all for you. I remain calm with you.
Speaking to journalists, the Vice Chairman of Ikeja local government, Mr. Yomi Mayungwe, commended the Nigerian military for its efforts and pledged the council's full cooperation with its initiatives.
Military people that came let us know that security business is everybody's business, not that. And people are more conscious now of the happenings within their locality. And even the representative that came for the meeting will further take it down to the people at home. So it is a good idea for them thought it wise to come and engage our people at the grassroots.
Also speaking on behalf of the residents, the Secretary of the Community Development Committee, Alhaji Sulukadin, called for regular community engagements to strengthen civil-military relations and promote mutual trust.
This type of engagement is very important, and it should not be quarterly. It should be a continuous exercise, so that firstly, the people will eliminate the fear that military are coming. If there is cordial relationship, they'll get more information. They'll be free, even they'll be freer to pass a very strong and reliable information to them more than the police.
The Nigerian Armed Forces had in May 2025 launched a sensitization program as part of its non-kinetic strategies in addressing security challenges and build lasting peace by fostering stronger ties with communities and promoting patriotic values among the youth. Elizabeth Kasham, ASO Television News.
Similarly, the chairman of Ojo local government area of Lagos State, Olushola Idowu, says that positive community engagement remains the most effective way to communicate vital information. Speaking to newsmen during the Nigerian Armed Forces Community Diplomacy Campaign, the chairman noted that fostering closer interactions will help citizens better understand and relate with the military.
Right now that the militaries are not people they can run for, they must join hands with them. So that is one. I mean, by coming closer to them, they know they can easily relate well. So that has taken is a very good one. Two, by coming to engage them, to let them know that, oh, this thing you can come to them and say it, you can report, they will take it up. It's a confidence, they are imposing confidence in the people, and it's a very good one. So today's engagement is very good, and we want more of it.
Major Ayo and Lieutenant Cynthia Ako were engaging various stakeholders, including religious and traditional leaders, highlighted the Nigerian military's operational activities and civil-military cooperation initiatives, while emphasizing the positive impact of these programs on communities across the country.
In order to stop crime, the youth are being used. So we partner with some NGOs and community organizations to train youth in skills like tailoring, carpentry, and ICT. All this has been done in all our operation area. Any operation that the military is doing, we organize all these things. Also, what we are doing now is public sensitization campaign. We educate people on security awareness. We also promote community responsibility in security, in national security. Knowing yourself has already helped us, because when you don't know your, how can I put it? If you know your neighbor, you also help your own personal security. So it's very important that your own information will help us to do our own job too.
Also, digital exposure without digital safety. Nigerian youths are highly active online, often without sufficient knowledge of cybersecurity, making them target for scams, cyberbullying, and online radicalization. Role of youth in peace building. With the right mindset and awareness, young Nigeria can be key drivers of community peace, security initiative, and national progress. The common security threats facing Nigerian youth: cultism and gang violence in schools and neighborhoods, cybercrime and online scams like the Yahoo Yahoo, the hacking, the phishing. You know, so many young Nigerian youths, they are into this Yahoo Yahoo because of the desire for quick wealth. And we as parents, we need to talk to them. Just look out for what your children are doing. This will reduce a whole lot of insecurity and criminality in the country. Electoral violence and political thuggery. Because of their energetic, their physical energetic, the bad gangs are easily to offer them their mouth-watering offer, and before you know it, they fall into such people. And we as the parents, we are the ones that can encourage our children to desist from such acts.
The military has commenced its diplomacy campaign in Kano, Rivers, and Lagos State with the sole purpose of promoting stronger civil-military relations and enhance public understanding of its operations. Through strategic engagement with local communities, the campaign seeks to build trust, promote national unity, and encourage collaborative efforts in addressing security challenges across the country. And now, nurses and midwives in Nigeria have been advised on the need to upgrade their academic qualifications to a minimum of a doctorate degree. The acting registrar and CEO, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Ndaji Hassan, handed down this advice in Gregory University, Uturu, on the occasion of the university's first nursing induction ceremony of its pioneer set of 21 nurses and midwives starting. Represented by Mrs. Eliano Waka of National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwifery, Owerri, Imo State, Hassan noted the Bachelor of Nursing Science degree program is a high-standard educational program designed to produce nurses who are adequately equipped with knowledge, clinical skills, and professional intelligence to render safe and efficient healthcare to the populace. Chancellor of the university, Gregory Ibe Jr., said the journey of the moment demands resilience, faith, and courage, while the decision to begin a professional journey needs extraordinary courage and faith. You are watching ASA Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, on StarTimes TV channel 127, and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Still to come, Senate gives NNPCL a 10-day ultimatum over 210 trillion naira financial discrepancies. Stay with us for details of these and more stories.
We were warned about this marriage. Because we did not listen, a young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajani?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijage a seat on the council.
The gods be praised. Negodo is Elko Sisi. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
Hello, welcome back. Moving on, the Senate has given NNPCL a 10-day ultimatum over 210 trillion naira financial discrepancies. The Chairman Senate Committee on Public Accounts, Senator Wadada Aliyu, made this known during a public hearing in Abuja. Senator Aliyu had issued a 10-working-day ultimatum to the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to appear before it and account for financial discrepancies amounting to over 210 trillion naira in the company's audited statements spanning from 2017 to 2023. The ultimatum followed a request made by the NNPCL GMD for an extension of 2 months to enable him to gather relevant documents. The Senate had previously given a 1-week deadline to the company to honor the investigative hearing.
Respected audience, you've all heard the literature of that letter. First and foremost, this committee is not expecting documents from NNPC today, but rather answers to the 11 questions we issued them the last time they were here. 2, for a corporate body like NNPC to ask for 2 months as a period for them to be able to respond to queries that emanated from their own books. I think it is unacceptable. For that, this committee is giving NNPC 10 working days from today to appear before the committee with the relevant questions, answers to the questions earlier issued for this investigation to continue. 10 working days from today will be 10th of July. If at that day NNPC does not respond accordingly, then this committee will have no option than to invoke and assert all the powers available to the committee or to the Senate constitutionally. That, in a nutshell, will be termed, considered as contempt to the Senate. The Nigerian public is waiting to hear from us, because this has got to do with public funds. And that's what we're here to protect as your representatives. With due respect, unless if...
Not to second the motion.
In a sharp response to the letter, Senator Aliyu Wadada, chairman of the Public Account Committee, rejected the appeal. Chairman, Senate Committee on Public Account. If the company fails to honor the July 10 deadline, the committee may invoke legislative sanctions, including issuing a warrant of arrest or recommending punitive action through plenary resolutions. And on business now, the Chartered Institute of Project Management of Nigeria has urged for professionalism for better delivery of project management. The CIPMN in Abuja, the closing ceremony of the induction and training program for new members, highlights a new era of standardization while cautioning against non-compliance with regulations. Details with our business correspondent, Ile Emeje.
Speaking with newsmen in an interview at the sideline of the event, Registrar General and Chief Executive Officer of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, CIPMN, Mr. Henry Ifeanyi Mbadiwe, emphasized that efficient project management is critical to a guaranteed growth across sectors.
Project management is the tool for sustained development. Project management is the tool that you give to your staff, your individuals, to grow their own capacity, to be able to manage the affairs of your organization.
Also speaking, relevant stakeholders, including the chairman, governing council of the CIPMN, Chief Emmanuel Olabode, expressed optimism that with the induction of the new members, Nigeria is on the right trajectory towards national development.
We are building an army of professionals that will go around the entire nation and begin to impact positively on the way things are being done, so we can achieve desired results without compromising